Let me begin with a story. Imagine a child sitting in the classroom. The teacher says, "Write a story." Child stares at the empty paper, unsure where to begin. No characters, no ideas, no confidence. Now, imagine a different scene. The same child open a laptop with the help of AI. Suddenly, a character appears, a brave girl in a forest. The AI asks, "Why is she here? What might happen next?" The child smiles, eight ideas, and the story begins to unfold. Which classroom do you prefer? The one where children struggle in silence, or the one where imagination is sparked and questions lead the way? That is the vision of my project, the magical journey of question storytelling with AI. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam Malaysia Madani. My name is Deng Sabrina Puran Jaafar. I'm from SK Bungol Tuaran, Sabah. So the project overview and purpose. The first one, to use AI-driven storytelling to enhance critical thinking. This project employs AI-based interactive storytelling to foster critical thinking and creatively among primary students through collaborative narrative building involving characters, plots, and questions. The second one is to focus on collaborative narrative building so the student can engage in creating characters, plots, and posing questions collectively, which promotes teamwork and deeper engagement in the learning process. Number 3 is stimulate curiosity and analytical questioning. The approach encourages students to ask critical and analytical questions so we can transforming learning into a curiosity-driven experience described as a magical journey. Number 4 is to transform learning into a curiosity-driven magical journey. So the project turns traditional learning into an engaging experience that motivates students to explore and discover creatively and critically. And number 5, to enhance higher order thinking skill, or well known as HOTS and digital literacy. Through AI storytelling, students develop higher order thinking skills alongside essential digital literacy competency, preparing them for 21st century challenges. The project background, educational rationale. The first one is to demand critical creators in 21st century education. Modern education requires students to be creators of technology, fostering critical thinking rather than just consumers. Number 2 is traditional teaching limits creativity and questioning. So conventional method restricts students' ability to innovate and critically question, hindering deeper learning potential. And number 3 is to merge storytelling with AI to personalize learning. So the project integrates AI with storytelling to create dynamic, personalized educational experience that engage students. Number 4, use questioning as a tool for deep understanding. So this project is to central to the project is to concept that asking questions drive comprehensions with AI acting as a guiding partner in this process. So the project objective or the goals to transform learning. The first one is to boost highest order thinking skill or HOTS. It's develop critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making through complex narrative tasks that challenge students cognitively. Number 2 is to foster creativity and imagination. We use AI to support limitless idea generation and scenario creation, encouraging students to explore and to innovate creatively. Number 3 is to enhance digital literacy with ethical AI use. We teach students the ethical and responsible use of AI within educational context to build informed digital citizens. And the last one is to promote collaborations among students. We try to enable students to co-create stories and share ideas in groups, fostering teamwork and communication skills. Of course, the problem statement, of course, there are a problem before we start the project. So it's a challenges in creative writing. We try to identify key issues faced by primary students in storytelling activities. So we try to address lack of ideas and confidence in starting stories. The primary student often struggle to initiate stories due to insufficient ideas and low self-confidence, which hinders their creative writing development. Number 2, to recognize simple and poorly structured narrative. Students tend to produce basic narrative lacking complexity and proper structure, limiting the effectiveness of their storytelling skill. Number 3 is to challenge teacher-centered methods, limiting critical questioning. Traditional teaching approach restrict opportunities for students to ask critical questions and explore ideas independently, affecting engagement and learning depth. And number 4 is to identify student passivity in discussion and questioning. We try to observations shows that students are often passive participants during discussion and rarely initiate questions, reducing interactive learning experience. Pre-project survey and essay analyze reveal key challenges in student writing confidence and skill. So we found that 30% high confidence in creative writing, while 70% is failed to develop characters or plot due the lack of vocabularies, lack of knowledge, and lack of previous knowledge of what certain stories that well known by the students. So the scientific and systematic data, qualitative insight. We try to identify student difficulties in narrative development. Teachers report that students struggle to connect ideas, develop conflict, and create meaningful conclusion in their stories. Number 2, not dependence on teacher guidance limits student independence. Heavy reliance on continuous teacher support restricts students' ability to work independently during creative writing tasks. And number 3 is observe low student participation and limited critical questioning. Classroom observation shows students are mostly passive with few actively engaging in discussion or asking critical questions. Driving measurable student growth through AI storytelling. We anticipated improvement in confidence, critical thinking, and collaborations among students. The first one, to increase student confidence by at least 40%. We target a significant boost in students' creative writing confidence, improving their willingness to express ideas and participate actively in storytelling activities. Number 2, to enhance higher order thinking skill, which is HOT. We try to develop deeper critical questioning abilities, enabling students to analyze, synthesize, and evaluate narrative effectively during storytelling session. And number 3 is to boost engagement and collaborative learning. We try to foster greater student involvement and teamwork, transforming learning into an interactive and cooperative exploration process. So project implementation, we use Dr. Marion Blank's questions framework, a 5-level model guiding students from recall to critical evaluation with AI support. Level 1, recall a basic fact. Students answer simple factual questions like who are the main characters to establish foundational knowledge. We move to the level 2, process understanding. Students explore reasons behind story events. For example, why did she go through the forest? Deepening comprehensions. Level 3, analyze motive. Students examine causes and motive, such as how did attitude cause getting lost, to develop analytical skills. We move to level 4, synthesis, new narrative. Students create alternative story scenarios with AI assistant. For example, rewrite the story with alternative obstacle. In the level 5, evaluate judgment. Students make critical judgment, such as was talking to a stranger wise, why, fostering evaluate thinking. So AI as collaborative partner, AI support progression through questioning levels by providing creative suggestion and facilitating. The application across subject, cross-curricular potential. The project is designed for application in multiple subjects, increasing its versatility and research in educational setting. For example, adapt for science, history, and more. Example include science questions like what if plants could move, demonstrating the project's flexibility to engage various disciplines. Number 3 is to encourage interactive cross-disciplinary learning. It's foster learning experience that combines skills and knowledge from different subjects to enhance critical thinking and creativity. And number 4 is to promote sustained use with repeatable, flexible design. The project structure support repeated use and adaptability, ensuring long-term engagement and applicability across curricula. Project cost is a very minimal investment with high impact. We leverage existing school devices and free AI platforms. The project primarily uses laptops and tablets already available in school, along with AI tools that are mostly free to use for basic functionalities, minimizing additional expenses. Its main expense is stable internet access. Reliable and stable internet connectivity represents the primary cost for the project, ensuring smooth access to online AI platforms during implementation. But we have optional paid software for digital book creation. There is an optional additional cost if school choose to invest in paid software specifically for creating digital books, which enhances the storytelling output, and adopt a low-cost approach for accessibility and scalability. The project minimal investment strategy makes innovative AI-supported learning accessibility to many schools and scalable across various educational settings. If impact and effectiveness transforming student learning. The first one is to increase student self-confidence and participation. Students showed greater willingness to voice ideas, contributing actively to class discussion and storytelling activities. Number two is to enhance critical thinking with deeper questions. Students ask more in-depth and analytical questions, demonstrating improved higher order thinking skills during storytelling. And we shift towards student-centered learning. Learning dynamics change as students become active knowledge explorers rather than passive recipients of information. And number four is to improve teamwork and responsibility by group storytelling activities, fostered effective collaboration with students taking responsibility for contributing ideas and questions. Ancillary benefits beyond core objective is supporting holistic student development through additional educational gains. Students develop responsible and informed using of AI technology, enhancing their ability to navigate digital environment ethical and effectively. Number two is to expand vocabulary through AI and peer interaction. Engagement with AI and classmates introduces new words and phrases, facilitating language acquisition and communication skills enhancement. And number three is to enhance oral storytelling and presentation skill. Students become more articulate and organized in expressing ideas, boosting confidence in oral communication and narrative delivery. Dissemination and future potential. We share project through teacher training workshop, conducted internal teaching training workshop at SK Bomol to disseminate project method and insight among educators. We present best practices at district level, organize best practice session at Tuaran district level to highlight project successes and encourage adoption among wider educational stakeholders. Publish educational blog article. We try to publish articles on the school educational blog to reach a broader audience and document project impact and methodology. We try to develop teacher training module for commercialization. We try to exploring potential to transform the project methodology into marketable teacher training module to support wider professional development. And laid foundation for interactive learning platform. Plan to use the project as a base for creating interactive question-based learning platforms that enhance student engagement and critical thinking. So let us embrace AI not as a machine that replaces teachers, but as a partner that empowers students. Because when children learn through questions, they don't just write stories, they create knowledge. They imagine possibilities, they build futures, and that is the true magic of this journey. Thank you.